Let's remember, few people are saved, and in the case of going to the afterlife, we can only take our person, ourselves. If I only have possessions and I am nothing, I will take nothing. How does being nothing affect me? It is an indicator that you wasted your time living on earth. And if I have to necessarily take my person, it is best to take a valuable and evolved self. But what do I have to do to achieve this? You have to be careful. Along your path, everyone is going to tell you who you are and what you have to do. They do not know who you are, but you do not know it either. Therefore, it is necessary that you have to know yourself. It is a necessity. Your job is to explore, and to know how to cultivate yourself. Since in the work of knowing yourself, no one is going to do it for you. On the contrary, they expect you to be a certain type of person based on their expectations. You have to cultivate yourself and be what you really are. Nietzsche said that your essence is, precisely, constant transformation. You have to understand and eliminate your previous self, to become something much better. If you have changed for the better, you will surely see, with repulsion, what you were 20 years ago. That's right, we change and we cultivate ourselves. And we obtain skills and our model of the world improves with knowledge. And the feelings and affections tied to that model of the world also improve. Our self is fuller. And at the end of the third age, you will have a very healthy self to take you to the other side. Of course, the great majority of your contemporaries will remain swarming like flies, that is, they will dedicate themselves to eating, sleeping, reproducing, and accumulating goods. Fluttering around without any benefit. In the art of being oneself and knowing oneself, one must be careful. The truth is terrifying. Very few are saved. How many of those who are already dead are walking around the streets? It is difficult to enter the game of life without definitions, and if I do not know myself, I borrow a mask and act as a pawn, a bishop, or a rook in the game of existence. In chess, as in life, every action has consequences. There is a purpose for every move. One can ask oneself, will this make me richer? Or will this make me wiser? Everyone plays according to their own ends. But remember, nature is refined and elegant, but it is brutal. When they die completely. And at the end of the game, all the pieces of this chess, like the pawn together with the king, end up being put in the same box. So, what should be done before reaching the end of the third age? Know yourself. These words were already written in the temple of Apollo in Delphi. At that time people went in search of answers to guide them and to make decisions. Knowing yourself is the most important key to personal development. It is a path of introspection, a journey into your interior to know your principles, your model of the world, your abilities, how you feel about the world, your thoughts, your limitations, your strengths. And when we know ourselves, it is easier to make decisions, and therefore live better. Obviously, to know myself I have to be completely honest and sincere with myself. Above all, I must not lie to myself, otherwise it would be impossible to know myself. Some people claim that knowing oneself will make them happier, wiser, or that they will find peace or enlightenment. They think that this is the only function of self-knowledge. But now we know that knowing oneself is the fundamental requirement for achieving salvation.